Good, we're live. All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year. It's a new year. It's a new change. Change, right? Change. That's what it gets all today. It's just another, it's like just literally, there's really nothing different from yesterday to today. But it's the idea. And I think ideas are powerful because ideas can be destructive or constructive. And I think just the idea of like new year, new period, new whatever is super, super helpful for all of us because of the craziness of 2020. So I hope y'all are starting your new year off right. Today's been a great day for me. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. No things to be too concerned or worried about. So we're going to do readings. And I'm just letting more of y'all get in here. Okay, so let me go over my guidelines really quickly. Remember that right after our hour of readings, we're having a memorial service for all of the people who passed in 2020 from COVID. And we're also going to honor the nurses and doctors and emergency care workers and emergency responders. We're also going to honor them as well. So after this, I'm going to do the memorial service. And what I'm going to be doing there is just talking about, I'm going to read a couple of articles. One is just a nurse's story, like what it's been like for her. And then I've also got a couple of poems that I want to read out as well to honor the first responders and doctors and everybody who's trying to help us get through this. And then the second part of that is to honor the people who passed from it. So I know a lot of people have lost people to the virus and to COVID. I've had quite a few as well that we know of. So I'm going to honor, mention those names, etc. So if you guys want to throw in your family member's name, if y'all know anyone who passed from COVID, you don't even have to give a full name. You can just give like a first initial and a last name or just a first name. It's whatever you feel comfortable with because there are crazy people out there who just, but it doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. And you can put that. There's a post that I posted just a few days ago, and it's got the picture of us. What was it? It was the post talking about the memorial service. You can put the person's name there because I'm going to go over that during the memorial, and I'm going to read names, even if it's just like an initial. Doesn't matter. I'm going to read them because I want to honor those people and just let people know this person is no longer with us. This is what they passed from, and just to remember them and just to hold them in our thoughts and in our hearts. Okay. All right. So let's get started here. Let me read my script here. And so I can get going with this. Where's this at? There it is. Yeah, got it. So my statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you take in your life, you are, of course, 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. And I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. For legal medical advice or treatment, please consult a licensed professional. You can still ask me those questions, but you need to go to a doctor or go to a professional who can help you with those specific conditions or issues. I can only tell you what I feel or what I sense, okay? If you received a reading or if you've had an experience that you would like to share as far as receiving messages, etc., please post those in the post. Share that in the post on my Instagram page or on Facebook or on YouTube, depending on where you are, that will precede this video live. And that way people can connect and understand like how you made sense of it or how you were able to make sense of like the information and stuff. I think some people, especially when it comes to spirits and communicating, people expect like I'm having a complete conversation with the spirit. It's not a complete conversation. It's like speaking code, but you have it's like when you learn a new language or when you learn how to speak a different language, you have a few words and a few things you can use. But sometimes they use gestures, sometimes they use visuals, sometimes they use feelings. And so they're not just using words. So you can't just use the words that you know, you have to go beyond that. And that's communication with spirits. So it's telepathy, it's energetic telepathy. And so for me, whenever I communicate with them, I have to figure out what the hell they're talking about. Well, what the heaven they are talking about, right? Because it's heaven, because I only believe in heaven, because that's all they've ever come from. There's no hell. I don't believe in a hell. I've never believed in hell. Only when I was a kid, when I was conditioned to believe in that out of fear and manipulation. But every spirit that I've talked to, they all exist in heaven. They all are in heaven, because there's only one place, here and there. And if we're not there, then we're here. If we're here, if we're not here, then we're there. So if you have an experience, share it so people can relate or understand what that experience has been like for you. If you appreciate these lives and if you want to continue the lives, just give me a thumbs up if you are on YouTube or Facebook. If you are on Instagram, give me some hearts. Please share this video with people, whether it's people who follow you on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, or send it directly to someone who you think might like the opportunity to ask a question or to connect with their loved one, because the more the merrier, right? If you get tired of waiting for me to answer your question, because I know some people where they show up every Wednesday or every Friday and I haven't answered their questions, because I don't answer everybody's questions. I'm only one person, guys, so FYI. But I try to pick people who I've never read for before. Every now and then I'll feel connection and a pull to read for someone, even though I may have already given them a message or read for them. But I try to be as fresh with every single live, so that way I'm not just sticking with the same people over and over again, because it's not fair to everybody, especially for people who are coming every Wednesday and Friday. So I try to pick people at random, and it's not really random. It's me going through the energy and going through what I feel. But I will tell you, if you ask your question and it is general or it is not specific enough, I'm going to pass you up. So if you ask me to tell you a message, or do I have a message for you, too general, not going to happen. I'm just going to pass you up, because it's going to take too much time to figure out who you want to connect with. And that would require a full reading. If you want to connect with the loved one in spirit, tell me who you want to connect with, and I'll try to see if I can get some information or a message from them. If you want to ask me about your life, be specific about the situation or the question that you're asking. Don't just say, what do you see for my future, or what do you see for my career? Like, that's literally too general. Be specific, because if not, I'm going to pass up your question as well, and I'm not going to stop to try to figure out what you're asking me specifically, because it takes too much time to do that. That's what we do in 4 readings. What else? If you do get tired of waiting for me to answer your question, you can book a session with me or book time with me. You can go to my website, fernandomarron.com. Everything is available on my website, so you can find free classes that I offer there for those of you serious in developing your psychic abilities. I offer articles. I talk about all kinds of stuff through my articles. There's a lot of freebies on my site. So even if you don't want to go and book a session, just check it out, because it's a lot of good stuff. If you want to book a session, you can do so through the website, and there are pricing options for everyone at different price levels. So don't feel like, this is for the uber rich or anything like that, because it's not. I tried to keep my prices actually lower, because I don't need to be catering to just people who have a crap load of money. I need to cater to people, period. And it doesn't matter whether they have money or not, which is why I do these, because some people just can't afford a session or have a session. So that's what these are for. Check out my newsletter. I put out a newsletter every week. We're about to start putting them back out again next week, now that we've gotten past the holiday period. So that newsletter has a summary of everything that I put out in that week, including articles, including videos, including quotes, etc. Any events or things that I will be holding or taking or having, they will also be included in the newsletter for the most part as well. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all I need to say. Oh, and if you are on Facebook or on YouTube, you might get hit by a troll, someone who goes into the room. They sometimes have, really random names. Sometimes they try to use the name Fernando, but it's not me, unless it's my profile, my full name connected to my page. It's not me. It's somebody trying to get you to private message them because they want to take your money. So be careful, because that is at your own risk, and those are usually people who are just con artists. So don't give away your money like that. I would rather you go donate money to like a homeless shelter or an animal shelter than to give these fools money and just keep coming back here. Okay. All right. So I'm not going in any particular order. I know I'm going to start over here. So I'm going to start over on Facebook and YouTube. Let's see. Cassie Williams. Hi, Ferny. Do you see me having any more children? Thank you. I don't. I'm not thinking you're going to have any more children, like actually physically have any more children. I think you may still bring children into your home, or you may end up assuming responsibility for a child, at least one child. But I'm not thinking, and that may even, and that's not going to be like a baby. That's like a I wouldn't even say teenager. It might be like it might be like maybe 11 or 12-year old. Like there might be someone like that age range that you may bring in or take responsibility for or become a mother to. But I don't really necessarily think you're going to have any more children. And the one that I'm talking about may be in the next 3 or 4 years. Okay. Let's see who else. Crystal Imperato on Facebook. Hi, this next year I'm hopeful for some career opportunity. Do you see anything for me or my husband? Interestingly enough, I actually think y'all may try to start a business in a couple of years. I don't think it's going to be right away. I think that you'll end up having like some job opportunities probably closer to the second half of the year around August. It may have to do with kids or with an education organization or school system. So there may be an opportunity there as far as for you. But as far as like for both of you, I really think that y'all may try your hand at a business. Y'all may actually try twice. Y'all may try 2 different businesses out. The first one is just y'all kind of giving something a go on your own and then not feeling. Is it that way or the other way around? Yes, the other way around. Y'all may team up with someone who already has experience in like some sort of business. It might be construction or real estate. And then y'all may decide y'all don't want to. Y'all may not like doing it with the person y'all did it with and then do it on your own. And I think when y'all do it on your own, y'all do really well. But you may still need to have that first initial experience because it'll teach you a lot of things, okay? Let's go over here. Mm-hmm. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. What do you see for the new year? Again, general question. Bring it down to a small singular question, guys, not a full reading, because we don't have time for all that. Let's see. Message from your daughter. Ludine. Hi, Ferny, and she's on Instagram. Hi, Ferny. Happy New Year. Can I please get a message from my daughter? Yeah, so first of all, she's doing this. So there might be a bracelet or a watch that's connected to her, or people may have made some in her honor because she's showing me that. She's also doing this. So I don't know if you've been wearing her clothes or you've been using her clothes to do stuff with because she's doing this as well. She also keeps acknowledging a rainbow. So you might have had an experience where you saw a rainbow and thought of her, or she just had a thing for rainbows or unicorns and you might have that. You might know what she's talking about. I also feel she is showing me the number 13, so the 13th of a month may be significant, or January 3rd may be significant. I also feel, thank you. It's funny because I keep wanting to bounce between the 12th and the 13th. But I'm still going to stick to the 13th. I'm thinking it's the 13th. She's also acknowledging a dog with her as well. Or no, I don't know if it's a dog or it's just a smaller white animal. It could potentially be a cat, but I'm still going to say it's a dog. So there might be like a light colored, cream white colored dog that might be with her that is connected to the family or connected to y'all. Okay. But she's with you, sweetheart. Julie Rivera on Facebook. Hi, Fernie. My husband and I are planning on me quitting my job later this year. Do you foresee our plan working out? Yeah, I think it'll be fine. The timing may change up a little bit, so y'all may not stick to the same time frame, but I still think that it'll end up working out and it'll be okay. The first 2 or 3 months of you having quit your job, y'all are going to stress out a lot more about finances or stress out a lot more about the expenses, but I still think you'll be all right. Jonah Robbins. Hey, Fernie, how's my marriage going to go in 2021? I'm still seeing your marriage there. There might be a slight break, or y'all may just have a period where y'all are not feeling very close to each other, or may even take a break from each other in September, August, September-ish, around that time frame. But I still think that y'all will stick it out. So I'm thinking y'all are going to continue to stick it out or stay together. It may just be some rough stuff y'all got, some rough patches y'all need to work through. Hey, Nicole. Hey, I'm going to bring you on. I just saw your comment and I'm going to bring you on real quick. I'm going to do it because I don't want to forget, because then I'll start reading everybody else and I'll completely forget and won't come back to it. So let me see. Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know, gosh, it's like, like it's just, I don't know why I'm so happy. I'm just so happy that it's like the new year. So, which is a
Yes,
good thing, right? That's a good thing.
yes,
All right, Mama. So last week, I know I was trying to give you some information regarding your uncle who passed.
correct. Uncle
Got it.
Lico was killed on Christmas Eve.
Got it. Okay. What did I tell you last time? Because I don't remember what I even said.
You said there were a lot of pieces. You got a feeling that he possibly knew the people. There were
Mm-hmm.
two.
Mm-hmm.
One person, the person mainly responsible, probably would not be caught, but they would do something later that would link back to this.
Yeah.
And that the second person might say something, give a little bit of information, but not enough.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I want to say I'm going to stick to that because I'm still seeing some of the same things. It might be up to three people involved, but I want to say only two would have been directly either there or present when this happened. I also feel, thank you. Do you know there was two different, I hate to say it, were there two different weapons or two different forms of, were there, the way I want to describe it, it's almost like if I'm going to shoot someone, but then I beat them down as well, or if I like shoot someone, but then I stab them as well. Were there two ways that he was
All that
hurt?
we know of, our family's being told that it was road rage and he was shot at.
Okay. I feel like there was several. First of all, I don't think it was just a shot. I feel like this was a bit more physical than they may have shared. And I think part of that is because some of what they found, I think that they're still kind of piecing it together because I still don't think they have a full story themselves and they're trying to figure it out. But I also think they haven't done a thorough enough job of investigating it. So I feel like they haven't done enough to really like dig into it. But I think it's because they may have their hands full or they're just not able to like devote the manpower.
They're still
So
waiting on some info.
yeah, I also think that the person that starts off the investigation is not the person that it'll stick with. This is going to be moved over to either a different individual of the department or a completely different agency because it may fall under a different jurisdiction depending on what's going on there as well. Are you in Houston?
I am.
Okay, it's almost like if it's passed over from like Harris County to like City of Houston or City of Houston to Harris County. It's almost like it might be passed over to a different individual. I do believe. First of all, he's okay, so he makes me feel like he's okay. But he also makes me feel like he's pointing to himself. So he is pointing the finger to himself, which usually indicates that they contributed to the passing or they brought about their own demise. So he is taking responsibility for having contributed to the events that led to this. But I also feel like this is not the first time he's actually had situations like this when he's been driving, and so this may not be a completely like random thing that happened. But I do feel that he did not. He did not. I don't feel like he. What? Did I tell you that he knew the person, or he might know the people? Okay.
Yes.
I don't. I don't feel like it was a personal knowing, like a friend but I feel like I know these people though. So it's almost like I know these people. Like it's if I were driving down the street and I always have to drive by these fools and they're always in the road, and that's kind of like the knowing. Like it feels like it's a familiarity feeling like that, but it doesn't feel like just some random person out in the middle of nowhere and I just ran into a random person. So it doesn't feel like that because that's the way he's making me feel. He showed me the number 2. Do you know if February or the second of a month is connected?
His birthday's in February.
Got it. He's also acknowledging the younger male. Does he have a son or a younger brother?
He lost his son.
Okay, so he's just acknowledging the male as well, so he's making reference to that. He also thinks, is there an Anthony or Tony?
No. All
Okay,
his sons are A names, though.
okay. He gave me the Anthony or Tony, and then he's repeating it. Does one of the boys have the same name?
As him?
That's the A name? Yeah. Is one of the boys that's A name, is it a repeating name with someone else in the family?
His son that he lost.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
named him.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Okay. So that may be where he's going with it. Okay. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do y'all have a ring that's connected to him still? Is there someone has his ring?
Possibly.
Okay.
It's my uncle, and so it might be his children or
Do you know if you, this is feels, it doesn't feel like a traditional ring, like a wedding ring. This feels more like a sports ring or a school ring or something like this. Do you know if he had a sports ring or a school ring?
um I'm not sure.
Okay, it's just because it feels like it's not like a standard band. It feels like it's
Mhm.
got like something on it. He also, thank you, Aaron or Eric, also because he's bringing that up as well.
He has a son.
Um, yeah, he's just going through the list. So he's just acknowledging the different individuals. He's acknowledging your mom. Is this your mom's brother?
My dad's brother.
Okay, no, he's talking. He was bringing up your mom, so he's acknowledging your mom. I'm asking him what is he talking about with this. Is there? Thank you. He's trying to tell me who else is with him. Is there an L or an EL name connection to your mom that's passed? Like an
But
Ellie or Ella or Ili, Ella, Ali. It's almost like a name like that that might be connected to mom's side of the family.
maybe a distant family member. I'm not sure.
He's still trying to spell it out for me. I'm seeing ELL and then that's where it's stopping. So it's got an ELL sounding to it. He's connecting, he's bringing up your mom. So he's bringing up your mom or acknowledging your mom and he's giving me this name. So there might be an ELL name connection that's connected to your mom on her side of the family or that she's connected to. Thank you. Are there nurses or medical people on your mom's side of the family?
Like her cousin.
I feel like this is going too far out. I feel like I want to bring it back to mom. Mom doesn't know first aid, or she didn't like go and become like a triage or anything. What is going on with them? No, that's not it. Let's go back to your dad's for a second. His mom, your uncle's mom.
My
Do you
grandmother.
know? Do you know if there's an EL or ELL name or connection to them in medical or nursing?
No, not
Either
all.
someone was a medically trained person or they were like a 911 operator because I kind of feel like I'm in the medical industry but I'm not in a hospital, so I kind of want to bring it a little bit outside of the hospital setting, so it would be like a clinic or like a healthcare, like a person that's like come to your house and check on you or like a 911 operator. It almost feels like this because there's a female that he's acknowledging or wanting to make reference to that is connected to this ELL. Either that's that person's name or there's someone alive connected to the family who's got that EL or ELL name that is also connected to this person he's trying to relate me to in spirit with him.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd have to ask her.
that's okay.
I don't
I'll leave that with you. Also, your I'm asking him about his own situation. And he's like, they're like pulling me in a completely different direction. And I'm like, I'm not done with you yet. I want to know more about what's going on here. Um, do you know there's a JO name connected to one of the people that were involved? Or JA name?
they haven't released any information to me.
Okay, there might be a JO or a JA name connection to one of the people that were involved. I also feel like one of them already has a record anyways, and so there may already be a hit in the system when one of them is put in or plugged in as well. I do believe that someone did they not stay? Did they take off?
We're under the impression that it was road rage. They shot him and he drove to a gas station and waited for the paramedics and he passed away en route on Life Flight.
Got it. But the people who did it went off, right? They weren't around. Okay, they're going to get them by the license plate because the license plates there was some evidence to show license plate, so they're probably going to get them based off of the license plate. But the license plate is not the owner of the vehicle isn't the person that did it.
Okay.
So they're the person that I said may say something, but may not indicate
Okay.
like how connected they are to the person that actually did it. Okay. Um, Thank you. Do you know, was there a like a benefit or I don't want to call it a benefit, like a memorial that was separate from my traditional memorial service because he's acknowledging another memorial service?
They're doing a celebration of life for him tomorrow.
Okay. Are they releasing balloons?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because I'm seeing stuff going up in the air, and I want to say that
Uh,
this reminds me of balloons. So he's making reference to that. Was that separate from the prior from right after his passing? Was there another memorial for him after his passing?
no, this will be the first
This is
one.
the first. Okay. There's another thing that he's acknowledging because he says there's going to be two separate events for him because he's making reference to that. But one of them is more like it's more smaller and it's like more immediate family that they may do something. And then there's the other event for him as well because he's making reference to that. Do you know he knew how to shoot a gun because he's showing me a gun and he's shooting a gun for me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because he's almost like I don't either he didn't have his gun with him or he didn't have a chance to reach for it in time because he's like if I would have like he would have had his gun he would have like taken him out, so he's almost acknowledging this prideship that he could have handled it himself had he had like access to his weapon because he's making reference to that as well. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. Okay, is there also a Luke or a Luca or Lucas name?
Well, their nickname is Lico. Their name is Federico. That's
Oh,
his son.
that's his nickname is Lico.
And
Okay.
his
Is there also Lucio or Elise? No, there's another L name as well. So there might be like a Lucio or Lucia, a Lucio or Lucas kind of name because he's also showing me another nickname for someone else as well because there's like another L connected to the same family, but it's above. So this is an older individual.
oh, not that I know of.
Okay. There's. Do you know if anyone in the older side of the family if they owned a restaurant or they owned a store?
My grandfather had a pizza
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah, this is all tying in there. So he's almost acknowledging those ties or those connections that there's other people there. So he's just trying to tell me who's with him as well. He's okay because this just happened. It's a little bit harder for him to communicate because he's getting his bearings, but he is okay. The person that did this will eventually end up serving time, but it may not be for this offense. It may be for something completely unrelated that may have to do with theft. But when they're in the system or when they're brought into this, it may be y'all may find out about that, but it may be out of y'all's jurisdiction where y'all can file charges against that individual because it may be in a different state or in a different like place. But he's making me feel like the person that did this won't just go off and live a full life. They're going to be caught at some point, but by for some other reason. Okay. But again, he makes me feel like he knew the people, but it wasn't like a close association. But it's like when I'm driving by or I'm passing by and I know these people or I've passed them before, that's the vibe. So it's almost like a familiarity like that.
Okay.
Okay. There might be three separate court things that have to be attended to because he's acknowledging having to go to court 3 times.
Okay.
So they may have to go to court 3 separate times to deal with this.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Wishing you well. You're welcome, sweetheart.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye. All right, so let's go over to, let's look back here. Do another one so I can. Let's see. All I took was my barbell. I'm coming for you. So I'm gonna count to 5. All right, I go to somebody else here. Let's do Chantel. Let's see if Chantel. Hello.
Oh my goodness, hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm so good. I can't believe you called me. Wow.
Oh, well, great, great. What did you want to ask me about?
Okay, so first of all, yeah, I talked about how I was psychic sensitive in my
Mhm.
dreams. So that was really cool. I've been watching your YouTube videos and trying to keep up with that and figuring out my abilities, so to say. But anyway, I wanted to see if there was anybody or who my spirit guide was, if you could tell me that.
Do you want the name? Have I told you a name yet?
No.
Okay, the name. You have two guides. I feel like your main guide is Josephus. Josephus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the
I
main
don't know
guide.
who
Just
that
Josephus. Yeah,
is.
yeah. Josephus is the name of the main guide. Um, the I think the he almost looks Hebrew, so he might be from like a classical period because he's got those features.
Oh,
When you
wow.
if you watch what is it, the movie with Moses? Remember the movie Moses, the Ten Commandments?
Uh huh.
Okay, Josephus looks like that. So he has like features that are similar to that time period, and that's what
That's
he looks
crazy.
like. Okay,
Okay, wow.
your secondary guide's name is Ta- I want to say it sounds like Tashi, but I'm not sure if that's exactly it. And that's your secondary guide. So that person will be like in the picture for like a day, and then they'll be gone. Like they're not around you that often because they're just in your life to help you with certain things. But Josephus is the main guide. It's a male.
Okay, I also have a friend that passed away when I was 19 from cancer. Childhood friend I knew my whole life. Her name was
Mm-hmm.
Lauren.
You're telling me too much. You're like giving it all away.
I'm
I
sorry.
gotta figure it out. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Let me see if I can connect with your friend. First of all, she keeps acknowledging. Thank you. She showed me the number 11. Do you know if November or the 11th of a month is connected to either you or
Mm,
her?
no.
Okay. She showed me that 11. So the 11th either is a birthday or it's a celebratory event of some sort or significant date. So she showed me 11. So either the month of November or the
Okay.
11th of a month is connected because that's
Okay.
how I looked at it. Okay. She also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. She's talking about the two boys. Do you have two boys?
Mm. Well, I have a
So
son and a stepson.
okay, you have some stuff. Were any of them born in November?
No, I
Okay.
was actually pregnant when she died. She died like a month before my son was born.
Okay. Well, she's acknowledging your two boys. So if you have a child after her passing, she's letting you know she knows your son. So she knows your son. She's letting you know that she knows your baby. So she's acknowledging that. She's writing on my skin. Do you know if there are two tattoos for her or there are going to be two tattoos for her?
I have a tattoo for her.
Got it. So there's also another one. So someone else might have one as well because she's acknowledging two tattoos. She also keeps thank you. Is there a Brandy or a Brandy or Brenda name connection?
No, but my fiance's name is Brandon.
Okay, she's probably just acknowledging. I'm asking if that's it.
Oh, does she like him?
I'm asking her. I'm asking her if that's it. I think that's it. I think she's just trying to tell us that she knows your kids. She knows that you have a fiance named Brent. I think she's just trying to clue us in that she knows what's been going on or she's been seeing what's been happening. She also says, because she's talking about
I
makeup.
need to, I need your
I,
charger.
do you know if she was really known for like crazy makeup or wild makeup, or you were wanting to get into like makeup?
No, I
she's
don't.
she's like really trying to make sure I can see like her makeup or like the way she looks. So there's a reference to the way she looks, and she's acknowledging like it doesn't feel like just traditional makeup. It's almost like I'm taking it to the max, or I'm going past that. So there's a reference. This takes me back. Do you remember back in the? Oh God, how old are you?
30.
Okay, you're 30.
Yeah.
So you were alive in the 90s, right?
Yeah, I was born
Okay.
1990.
Do you remember the cholas with their makeup and like the way they used to do stuff?
The
Okay.
eyeliner, lip liner, yes.
Yes. Okay. Is there a funny picture or like a visual of y'all two pretending to look like cholas or making fun of like cholas or like them girls?
I don't know. I'd have to go back to that, but I mean, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure everyone
Okay.
wore white eyeliner.
There's it's almost like the dark lipstick and then like that. So she's showing me something like that. So there's a picture or an image like that she's acknowledging, and it would be like a funny thing. So it's like making fun of her crazy makeup. So she's acknowledging them like that. So you're gonna have to go look for it. She also keeps it. Thank you. There's a little like brown dog that's with her as well. Did y'all have a little like mixed Chihuahua or a little like small dog that was connected to the family. It's a mix, so it's not a purebred dog. It would be like a little bit bigger than like a Chihuahua size, but it's around that size. It would have been brown.
No, I didn't, and I don't know that she did, but I want to know if she's there with our other friend, Danielle.
I'm asking her about the dog because I'm not going to let that go until she clears it up for me.
I have a dog, but it wasn't small like that, that she was close with.
Is it brown?
Yeah, she's brown, red.
But she's not a... Is this a big dog?
Yeah, it wouldn't be Chihuahua size.
When I say big dog, like, are we talking about like Rottweiler big? Or are we talking about like a small, like poodle size?
No, it was like to your knee.
Okay.
She was mixed.
Okay. And the dog's passed?
Yeah.
She's probably just telling us about this dog. Because for me, it's like small, medium, large. So medium is like...
Medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to say, no, this might be the dog. What is it? I'm asking her if she can give me a name or a nickname because I want to see. Don't tell me the name. Just let me see if she can give it to me. Is there like a Sarge or Sage or Sarge or Sach?
Sandy.
Okay. Is that the dog's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dog. Thank you. She's just trying to spell it out. I'm like, I'm not getting this name, girl. So she's just acknowledging the dog. So she's referencing the dog being with her. She's also acknowledging thank you. Did you buy a necklace after her passing that you still have that you think of when you bought it?
Mm-hmm.
She's acknowledging that as well. She says the necklace is actually a gift from her. She popped it in your head when you bought it because it's actually her giving you the necklace. But so when you have it, it's not you thinking of her when you bought it. It's actually her trying to get you. So she's just trying to acknowledge that. She also keeps referencing Danny. Thank you. She just said Danny. So did y'all call her Danny?
Some people did, yeah.
Okay. She's acknowledging Danny, but it would have been like D-A-N-I, not D-A-N-Y.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's also acknowledging thank you. Do you know if the friend... think the friend is doing this. Do you know if the friend caused their own passing or contributed to their own passing?
She just got her driver's license. We're 16 and she hit a tree.
Okay. Do you know if she was actually like, did she have a fear of driving or was she overly like, do you know if she was overly, it's almost like I feel like I feel like I'm overcompensating. It feels like that's what I'm talking about. It feels like I'm overcompensating because she's acknowledging like too scared of driving that I'm overcompensating, and that's the way she's making me feel. So she might have tried to overcompensate and like completely missed what she was trying to do. Because it reminds me of when I was just learning how to drive, and someone let me drive their truck, and I was trying to like make a turn at like 40 miles an hour, and they're like, "You gotta slow down to like 20 miles." I was like, "Whoops!" So like that's what she's acknowledging, almost like overcompensating. She also, thank you. Is there also a connection to the number 7, like the 7th of a month or July? Or 17th? It might be the 17th.
Lauren died in July.
I'm sorry?
Our other friend Lauren died in July.
Okay, so she just might be acknowledging the timing of the passing or the significance there. She also said, thank you. Your grandma's also passed, right? Your mom's mom?
No, not my mom's mom.
Who's Mimi or Mimi or Mimi? It's a grandmother figure. It's on that level.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe my
They would have called her Mimi or it could be Mom. They would have called her Mimi even though that's not her name. That's just what they called her. But Mimi.
Maybe my great grandma, because both my mom's mom and my dad's mom are alive.
She's acknowledging a grandmother figure. So if it's not your grandmother, you might need to see if this is her grandmother because she's acknowledging a grandmother figure and she's saying Mimi. So it's either a Mimi or it's a M-I-M-I, me. So she's acknowledging a person there who's passed. She had cancer, but she didn't pass from cancer. She passed from sepsis. Would have gone by Mimi because she's acknowledging this older female there as well.
And it would be my relative?
I thought she was acknowledging a grandmother, so I was assuming it was your grandmother.
Yeah, my mom's grandma had cancer.
Did she also die from sepsis or from blood poisoning?
I'm not sure, but maybe.
Does she have a nickname Mimi or?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. You need to find out. If it's not for you, then it might be her own grandmother. You need to find out if that's her own because she might just be trying to tell us who's with her. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. Do you feel like you saw her in your vehicle or when you were driving?
So I had a girls' night, and one of our friends' sons came in and said while they were having a Nerf gun fight, the girl in the picture, and he pointed to her, he said, through our Nerf guns. He kept saying he's seen her, the girl in the picture.
Huh.
That's the thing I can
Was
think
it
of.
near a vehicle or in a vehicle?
No, we're in
No,
the
no,
house.
no, no, no. This is in a vehicle. She says that she was in she was in a vehicle with you when you were riding around or driving. And she says that she was in a vehicle with you. And she says something about you seeing her or being able to see something in the mirror. So she's acknowledging being in the vehicle with you. It was like, it might have even happened when you were you just had the baby or you were pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember that?
No. This is
Was
Danielle.
No, 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 no. This is your best
Lauren.
friend. This is your friend,
Oh,
your friend, your friend.
Lauren. Okay. I
Okay?
don't remember that.
Okay. Do you remember having a dream of being in a vehicle with her and seeing her in the vehicle?
Yes.
That's just what she's talking about because she's acknowledging you seeing her in the vehicle. So if it was in a dream, it's still the same thing. So she's referencing that. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. She sends you birds, so birds are going to be a symbol from her or a sign from her. She also says that they may actually like peck at your door or peck at your window, and it's going to be the weirdest thing. She says that this is coming from her as well. She also says, you did you and your fiance take a break and then get back together?
Yes.
Yeah, she's just acknowledging like, keep it up, girl, keep it up. So she's almost just like validating that she knows everything that's been going on with y'all. She's with you, and she's got the Denny person there as well.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Okay, I have one more question
Mm-hmm.
about someone that's kind of like my brother that passed away, JC.
Also pointing the finger at himself. Do you know if this was an overdose, if this was a suicide?
That's what I'm overdose.
Yeah, I feel like he just. I don't think his intention was to kill himself because that's not how he's making me feel. He just overdid it, and it led to his passing. But he's not making me feel like he intentionally wanted to die. It was just he was just not paying attention and he was just being stupid, and that's the way he's making me feel. He also keeps saying thank you. Isaiah, is there an Isaiah connection? Isaac or Isaiah? Izzy, Isaac, Isaiah?
Mm-mm.
To him?
To him, not that I know of. I can ask, but not that I know right now.
Okay, look, you have to look into it because he's giving me the name Izzy. It's like an IZ, so it's IZ. So I want to say it's Isaiah, Isaac, Izzy. That's a name connected to him. So you might need to look into that because he's laughing. Why are you laughing?
He's very funny.
Well, I know that he's showing me a tattoo of his face. Did someone get a tattoo of his face?
I don't know.
He's showing me his face, so either someone drew a picture of him or someone got a tattoo of his face. But it's a piece of art. It's not like an actual picture, but he's showing me his face, and it's got he's linking this up to this Izzy or Isaac or Isaiah name. So there's something together that he's trying to put together there with this other person. So he's just acknowledging that the Izzy person's still alive. It's not someone that's there with him. It's
Well,
someone that's still alive.
his other brother Rico is also, but that's the only person I can think of.
No. The Izzy or Izzy person is still alive. This is not someone that's with them. So he's just acknowledging someone that's alive with that name, but then he's talking about the tattoo of his face. So you might need to check out with his friends or check the people to see if someone got in that tattoo for him. Again, I'm seeing his face in a tattoo or in art. So there's a picture of that. Okay? He's okay. He's there too. He's there.
Okay, good. Well,
All right,
thank you.
take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's see. Names are not clicking with people today, so let me see. I'm gonna keep pushing it because I'm like, no, I know I ain't crazy. I know I'm seeing this. So let me see. Let's go to Gabby. Don't worry, guys. I'm still gonna come back and answer some of you who are asking questions in text form. Okay, so don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. Let me go to Gabs 1985 and see if she comes on here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Oh my
sweetheart.
God.
How you doing?
Fine.
Good. There are two babies in spirit. Do you know of two children that were miscarried, lost, or terminated?
I did. Yeah.
They're there. So they're just wanting to let you know that the babies that you lost are there and that they're around you.
Oh, okay.
All right, sure. What did you want to ask me? No, that wasn't what you asked me.
It's because I'm a little shocked, but I wanted to know about my son's dad. was his stepdad, but he raised him, and he had passed away.
Don't tell me anymore.
And my nephew.
Don't tell me anymore. Let me see if I can connect with him. First of all, he's coughing for me, so he's almost making a gesture of coughing, and then I feel like I've got. Question: do you know if there was something affecting his lungs or something got into his respiratory system and there was fluid buildup in his respiratory system?
I don't know.
I almost feel like I'm choking on liquid because that's the way he's making me feel. Do you know if he had a reaction to something or he had fluid in his?
He got shot.
Do you know? That's not what he's showing me. The thing about it, do you know if he was shot in the chest or in the lungs?
He was shot from what I know, he was shot in the head, like in the back of his ear.
No, this is not him. Let me see who. This is not him because the person that I'm. Do you know? Thank you. The people who shot him. Do you know if they were related to a gang or they were involved with drugs?
No.
Okay, this is somebody else. I've got to get with this other person. Let me focus on this other
It's because my son's real biological dad, his biological dad, also got killed a year before his stepdad.
Okay, so let's go back to this for a second. So the other dad, do you know if there was an effect on fluid in his lungs or if there was something going on where he was shot in the chest or she was shot near?
He was shot and they threw him in a canal. He was in a body of water.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so he was shot and then got it. So that makes sense for the fluid because he's like talking about choking on fluid. So that's probably who we're talking to first. So let's start with him first, the other father. So he's acknowledging that there was he's acknowledging the piercing, but he's acknowledging the choking of water, that's actually what causes passing, not the shot. The shot might have started the process, but he's acknowledging the choking or the fluid because he's making me feel this way. He also is apologizing because it happened on a birthday or on a holiday. So do you know if he was killed on someone's birthday or on a holiday?
It was around my birthday, but it was a little bit like after, I guess, like a little bit after Valentine's.
No. Do you know if his mom's birthday was right around that or on the day?
I'm not sure.
Okay. He's acknowledging the actual day. Like he's not saying the days around it or within 30 days. He's actually saying on the day he passed was someone else's birthday or a special day because he's acknowledging it being significant.
Well, my son's stepdad, the one that raised him, he died on the 28th, which was my mother-in-law's birthday.
Is that his mom's birthday?
That's my husband's. That's my current husband's mom's birthday.
No, this is let's go back to the other father because I feel like I want to stick with the other father. And first of all, because they're both the father energies, they're trying to butt in and get in together, but they're kind of crossing like ties there, so they're kind of talking over each other. But let's stick with the first one, the one that was in the body of water. Thank you. He's talking. Thank you, saying junior. So. Is there junior and then junior? It's going to sound weird. Is there junior and then junior where someone may have gone by junior, but then there's also a junior?
Yeah. I want to say that's Carlos, but my son's name is Jose, like his biological dad.
Okay. So he's acknowledging the junior connection, but there's also another, and you know how sometimes there's like the first, the second, the third, etc. But someone instead of being the third, they went by junior. So it's kind of a weird like thing where someone may have actually used junior twice as a joke, but there's something like that. So there's a reference there. So he's just acknowledging that. He is acknowledging the junior connection, but there's also something else to that as well. So he's making reference to that. He's also showing me a necklace. Do you know if there is a necklace that is connected to him?
That would be the only one that I could think of. That would be Carlos, which is the stepdad, which is my son's dad.
Was it a circle necklace or like a medallion?
I have like a necklace, like around his ashes. It's a necklace that we had made for him.
Okay, that's for the stepfather.
Yes.
Okay, but
he raised my son since he was like 10 months, so my son seen him like his dad.
Got it. But do you know there's also another necklace that's like round, like a coin or medallion that might even have a picture on it?
No, right? Not that I know of.
There's a coin or a medallion necklace. So, because he's showing me a chain, and I've got that medallion. So he's making reference to that medallion, and there's a chain connected to it. And they would even have either an inscription or a picture, because he's showing me something like that.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Oh my God, I can't hear him.
I can still hear you, sweetheart. I'm still here.
Huh?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yeah, it's because you sound really low. It went low.
Here, I'm going to hang up on you. I'm going to try you one more time, okay?
Okay.
Let's try her again. Let's try her again. Wait for her to pop in here. Wait for her to pop in here. Request me again, sweetheart. If you can hear me, request me again. Here, let me answer some of your other ones until I see her pop back in here. And Simpson, any messages or any message from my mom? Yeah, she's showing me fabric stitched together. So there might be something where fabric, pieces of fabric were put together, or you might have something of hers that was custom made or that was made or stitched together, because I'm almost seeing like something sewn in or something stitched. So she's making reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. There's an image or a picture that has to do with birds or doves that might also be connected to her, whether it's like something that's on the wall or something that's like actual to birds, but she's making reference to that. And then also birds are going to be connected to her as well. So there's a reference to that as well. She also keeps acknowledging the Gigi or the Gigi or Gigi. It's like a GG sounding name. So G-I-G-I, or it's got to sound like that. So there's a reference to that as well. Okay. Let's see if I can go back to her, see if she's on here. There you are. There you are, Gabby. Okay.
Hello?
Okay. I'm back. Okay.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going to say. I know that you said that there's a necklace with the ashes. If you look at the necklace, I don't know if the necklace is round or if it's actually got like something that's round on it that's like inscribed, but there's a reference to this round thing on a necklace because he's making reference to that. They're also acknowledging, thank you. Is there also thank you. Paco? Is there a Paco?
A Paco?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Paco or Paki or Paco. It's almost like a nickname that there's a reference to as well. That's a friend that passed away also, connected to one of them. So there's a reference to this person that's also there, who is a friend who may have passed away, to one of them. That's got a P-A, like a short four-letter P, starts off with P. It could be Pacho, and I'm totally seeing it as a K, but it's like Paco or Pacho.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know of someone who's passed who's also named Pacho or Paco?
There's been so many people that's passed away that for very long, like I've had my grandparent, my grandpa died, my grandma.
Yeah, that's okay.
I've had so many people that's passed.
No worries. There's also a Paco or Pacho sounding name there. It could be Apacho or Apache, but it's almost like Pacho. It sounds like that. So there's a reference to a nickname person that's also there as well with them. Do you have a ring that is connected to one of them?
A ring? No.
Do you have a ring that's connected to one of the exes?
To one of my exes?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I could think of right now, no.
Okay, it would be there's a ring. It's either an earring that's a circle, like a ring, or it's an actual ring, because they're making reference to a ring that's connected to one of them. So there's a reference there. Are you not in contact with their family anymore?
Huh?
Are you not in contact with the I don't even know which one it is actually saying it. Are you not in contact with the father of the son anymore? I'm sorry, the family of the father of your son. Are you not in
I stay in contact with all of them, yeah.
The other one then. Are you in contact with that person? What happening is they're trying to talk over each other and they're kind of mixing themselves up. And I'm trying to figure out which one is talking, but they're not really separating themselves from me because they're coming together. But one of them is acknowledging you no longer keeping in touch with one of their families. So it's almost like one of their families not keeping in touch with them because there was a fight inside of the family between people in that family. And so one of the people in that family has been kind of kicked out or they're no longer really talking. So there's only so many people that you're able to keep in touch with. So in that, thank you, the family of four.
It has to be my son's dad because they're always fighting, and it's been a while that I have not like really talked to all of them, and they kind of cut my son off.
Here we go. Okay, because I'm like, wait, because you just said you keep in touch with all of them. So I was like, where are you going with this? So
Yes, like there was even a fight at his funeral. Like it was just really, really bad. And now they don't really talk to my son.
okay, so you're that's the father of your son,
Yeah,
biological
that's
father?
the biological father.
The biological father. He's acknowledging no longer being in touch with that side of the family or being in touch with them, and that there was fighting inside of the family, and then there's just like a separation or a disconnect that's happened. So he's just affirming that he knows what's happened or what's going on. He also
Yeah.
keeps acknowledging, he also is apologizing because he himself wasn't the most stable person and he could have a bit of a temper as well. So he's apologizing for his behavior. And he says that he owes you that because he says you put up with a lot with him. He's also apologizing because he lied a lot, and he may have lied about being here, being there, and always like not being trustworthy. So he's apologizing for that as well. He also keeps apologizing because part of the reason why his family may not like y'all or y'all get along is because he might have said a bunch of things that weren't true about you trying to control him or you telling him that you didn't want him or with his own family. Do you remember that?
Yes.
He's just affirming and remembering the conversations y'all had, and he's apologizing for you being put through what you were put through because of his BS. So he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Did he have another son, or does he have another son with someone else?
He tried, but from my understanding, it was a stillborn baby.
Okay. Was it a boy?
Yes.
He's just acknowledging the other son or the other child. So even though it was stillborn, he's making reference to his other child having his son with him. So he's acknowledging that. He also
Okay.
is bringing up Christopher or Chris. Is there a Christopher or Chris connection?
Christopher or Chris on his side?
Connected to either him or you? They're alive. They're not in spirit.
Not that I know of. I
Okay.
gotta.
That's okay. I'm gonna leave that with you, but he's acknowledging a Chris or a Christopher name that's connected. I almost feel like he's talking about a friend, but there's a reference to a Chris or a Christopher name connection that he's making reference to. He also keeps it. Thank you. Do you have a picture of him where he's wearing like a dark or a black shirt? It's kind of baggy, and he's kind of off with another friend in the picture, and he's drinking. Do you have a picture of him, or do you remember that picture? They might have even used it for his funeral because he's acknowledging his funeral or his services. Okay, for the funeral,
That must have been.
they had a collage, right? For the funeral, they had a few of his pictures.
Yes.
Do you remember one of the pictures where he was wearing like a black, it might have been black and white, but it was blackish colored shirt. It was baggy. He's doing this like, hey, and he's got like his hands up and he's like with a bunch of buddies or a friend in the picture. He might even be with family, but there's a picture of him. Do you remember that picture?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
Unless that's my nephew. My nephew too had passed away. His name is Marcus. I wanted to know if he had any messages.
I still want you to look up the X and see if someone's posted a picture or there's a picture of him like that, because I feel like that's still connected to him. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm thinking that that's the case with him. Was the X the one that also went to jail for a little while, or was that Marcus?
The what?
Was the X the one that went to jail for a little while, or was it Marcus?
Oh, I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Okay. The one that I'm talking about that has the picture with the black is also the one that had to go to jail for a little bit, or they got in trouble and they had to deal with some stuff because they're acknowledging that.
Okay.
Okay. As far as the Marcus is concerned, he is acknowledging, thank you. I'll make it short because I got to go to somebody else now. Did he like to sketch or draw?
Yes.
Okay. Did someone also get a tattoo for? Actually, there's 4. Do you know if there are 4 tattoos for Marcus?
Yes.
Okay. He's also acknowledging. Thank you. Do you know if they still have his wallet, or if they're looking for his wallet?
I'm not sure. I would have to ask his mom.
Look and see if either the wallet was missing, or if they have his wallet and they were just doing something, because he's acknowledging his wallet being significant or important, because it's almost like a reference there. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging sharing his birthday with someone else in his own family. Did you know if he shares his birthday with another person in the family? The same month, not the same day, just the same month.
The same month, I think so, yes.
Because he's acknowledging it, sharing the same month with somebody else in the family. He's okay. There's a picture of him driving or in a vehicle. It's one of his favorite pictures. He's just acknowledging himself. And he may be pretending to drive or pretending to and it's in a nice vehicle, but he's acknowledging this picture of him. Do you know about that picture?
No, I would have to ask his mom.
Okay. Ask her, because he's acknowledging one of his favorite pictures and he's just showing himself driving. But he's okay too. He's with her. He also, thank you. He visited her in a dream, or she saw him when she was half asleep, because he's acknowledging that he came around to see her.
Okay, that he visited his mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so here. When we're done, go back over and watch this recording again and write down everything I just said, because you're going to have to.
Yes.
Okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You take care.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Girl. All right, I'm going to go to somebody else's house. Let's see what's going on here. Let me go back to Esmeralda, see if she'll come on here, because I tried her earlier and nothing happened, so let me try it again. Hello? Hello, Esmeralda? Hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, I wasn't expecting this. Okay. Hi.
Hi. What did you want to ask me about?
That's wild that you remembered my previous profile name.
Oh, no, it says it on your thing. It says it in your.
Oh, does it?
It says the handle, and then it has a name there. So that's what I went by. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I wouldn't.
cool.
I don't remember anything, so there's no way I would remember. Yeah.
I didn't think you would. Yeah. Where do we start? I have 2 grandparents that have passed away. One was almost 20 years ago, and one was about 2 years ago, and I really miss them.
Yeah.
And I'm going through some big life stuff right now, so
yeah.
it'd be nice to know
Let's
that they're
see.
with me.
Yeah. Do you want me to? Thank you. Is it one grandmother and one grandfather?
Yes.
Okay. I think the grandmother wants to go first, because I think it's the female that wants to say hello or wants to go first. Do you sometimes smell random scents of flower or roses, because she's acknowledging coming around with this floral scent? She also keeps acknowledging thank you. Is there a picture of her cooking in the kitchen or in the kitchen, because she's acknowledging her kitchen picture?
I don't know if I have one here. I just moved in, so no, I don't think I have a picture of her cooking in where I'm living right now.
That's okay. There's a picture of her in the kitchen, or wearing an apron and being in the kitchen, or having done aprons, because I almost feel like I'm also seeing an apron as well, because she's acknowledging that. Was she a crafty person? Because she's almost making me very crafty. I want to make stuff. I want to make stuff. So she's coming. She's acknowledging that.
She actually used to embroider tablecloths and do needlework, but the last gift she gave me was my Hungarian embroidered tablecloth and apron.
Oh, apron. That's the apron. Okay, got it. So she's just acknowledging the significance of the apron. She's also acknowledging the cooking. I still think there's a picture of her in the kitchen, but but she brought up the apron thing, so that would be a significant piece.
I have a picture of her on my fridge in the kitchen with my grandfather, but
I mean, technically she is in the kitchen, but I still think there's a picture of her, and she might even be wearing brown in the picture. So I feel like the picture she's talking about is she's wearing brown, or there's a brown color that she's got on.
Okay.
Okay. So you might need to keep your eyes open for it. She also has her hair pinned up, so she's got it. Was she really pretty when she was younger? Because she's almost really accentuating her looks.
She's stunning. Yeah.
Okay. Because it's almost very she wants to really do herself up, so she's almost coming across this way.
She loves getting dressed up.
She's also acknowledging thank you. Is there a Joanna or Joni or Jonah name?
Joanne. My cousin is named Joanne, and my grandmother's mother, my great grandmother, is Johanna.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. She might be trying to tell us who's with her in spirit. So I'm thinking that's where she's going with that.
Okay.
She also keeps acknowledging that. Was there a, okay, so here's what she's showing me. So in my family, my grandfather and my grandmother, my grandfather was like native Mexican, like Indian, and then my grandmother was like Spanish, red hair, etc. And when they got together, the family was like completely against it because of their backgrounds or because of like them mixing. Was there something similar with your grandmother and grandfather? Because there's like, she's bringing up some situation like that.
With my great grandparents or my grandparents?
I don't know. She's just acknowledging the situation.
Yeah, so not with my grandparents. They were both from Hungary. But my great grandparents, Johanna and her husband, were actually stepbrother and stepsister.
Oh, wow. Okay, got it. So then there would have definitely been issues with that. Okay, got it. So, so since she brought it up after she mentioned the name, that's probably where this is going to apply to, because she's acknowledging the issues between the marriages and like that. So I totally get it now. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you, apples or apple tree. Do you know if your grandmother liked apples or apple trees, or there's an apple tree dedicated to her?
Yeah.
Okay, she's acknowledging that. So she's making reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging the script or the poem. Did you write something in honor of her, or was something written or dedicated to her?
Yeah.
She knows about this. So she's acknowledging that. She also says you made the right decision with the move. So she's letting you know that you made the right decision. She also says be patient. Not everything happens overnight and you need to practice patience. She also says that there will be a change in the finances in 2 months. So just be patient. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also, thank you. There's a baby also with her. Do you know if there's a baby? Are you wanting to have another child, or are you planning on having another child?
Oh, I would love to have another child.
So so here's what I will say. She's holding a baby with her. Now, normally when they're acknowledging a baby in spirit, it could mean, the first thing I always think of is there was a child that was miscarried, lost, or terminated, but she's almost taking that and repeating it upside down, which to me is the same, and then the opposite, which means yes, but then also a child coming in as well. So do you know of a child that was miscarried, lost, or terminated?
I've never lost a child. My aunt, her daughter lost a child.
Okay. Do you know if she's planning on having another baby?
My aunt, no, she's like
Oh,
almost
she's old.
60.
That's okay. No, she's showing me like almost like a repeating pattern here. You know what? I kind of feel like someone lost a child, and it's the same issue that someone else in the family had as well. So do you know of someone who had a similar, like, thank you. Do you know if someone had preeclampsia and they lost their child?
No.
Or they actually died when they were having their child connected to the family?
No, not that I know of.
There's something weird about this, because normally when I see a baby in spirit, I'm like, okay, there's a child that was miscarried, lost, or terminated.
I had my fallopian tubes removed. I can't have children. I don't know if that is something, and my sister did too.
She's making it a point. Either I'm misinterpreting how she's meaning this, because whenever they're holding a baby, it's almost like a child that was miscarried, lost, or terminated, or is in spirit. But the way she holds it, like she reversed the symbol for me, and it's almost also meaning like her indicating there's a baby that's going to come in as well. And so I feel like there is another child that's going to come in, but she's also indicating like this, the way she spun it. So here's what I'm just going to say. I think that there's going to be another child. Doesn't matter whether you had your fallopian tubes removed or not, she's acknowledging another child. So that can mean that there is going to be another child in a different form or in a different way. But she's still acknowledging that there's a baby to come. So just so you know that, okay?
Okay.
Alex or Alexander, who's that?
That's my nephew, my first nephew.
Okay, got it. She's just acknowledging Alex or Alexander. I mean, happy birthday. Are we within 30 days of his birthday?
Yeah.
Got it. She's just confirming and validating about the details.
Well, it's like, I think it's February 6th.
Oh, that's close enough. That's right. That's cool. That's close enough. So she's just acknowledging the nephew as well. She also says, thank you. Were you born with a heart condition? Or did she have the heart condition?
No, my grandfather had congestive heart failure.
I don't think it's well.
I
Is there a Toonie or Tiny or Toonie? Is there like a name like that or nickname like that?
Tina, TT, my
Okay,
sister.
okay, got it. Okay. She brought up your sister, but she brought it up right after the heart thing. Do you know if your sister's been having palpitations and some weird heart stuff?
Um, my sister's going through a lot right now with anxiety and
Okay.
depression, but also she has high blood pressure.
She needs to get her heart checked. Your grandmother's like being very insistent. She needs
Okay,
to go to a doctor. She needs to get
okay.
her heart checked. Does she believe she already had COVID?
Um, I don't know. She works in a school, so she's exposed
Okay.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Your grandmother wants her to go get her heart checked and get herself checked out because she's
Okay.
like really being insistent about her heart and like and she brought up her name, so she's like linking them in together.
Okay.
She is gonna be caught in pictures, so y'all may have some weird like lights or stuff in pictures.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, she also says that she has a habit of rearranging stuff. So I don't know if she was a tidy person or she liked to have things organized, but she likes
Very.
to rearrange stuff. So sometimes when you like open your fridge or open your cabinets and something looks really organized, even though like no one there did it, that's her. She likes to organize your stuff for you. So you might find stuff organized in a weird way.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Well, you take
Thank you
care of
so
yourself.
much. Thank
You're welcome,
you.
darling.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. I'm going to do a couple more here, text form, and then I'm going to go ahead and get off so we can get started with the service here. Maureen Kate on YouTube, will I get married again? Yes. It's going to take a while though, so you might need to prepare for the long haul because it might take about 5.5 years. So it's going to be a while. That doesn't mean that it's going to take you 5 or 5.5 years to meet the person or to get into that relationship. It just might take about 5 or 5.5 years, okay? Deanne Settler, did my daughter in spirit join my 50th birthday celebration? Yes. I don't know if y'all made special plates or y'all had special, like, I feel like I'm seeing like something on a plate or something on like where, but I feel like there's something like that commemorates or that honors. So I don't know if y'all have a round thing that honors your daughter, or there was just a memorial like thing that y'all did for the event. But she's just acknowledging because I keep seeing like I feel like I'm looking at a plate, so she's acknowledging that. Also, there's also a dog with her as well, so there might be a dog that's in spirit. That may be connected to the family as well. It actually feels like a lighter dog, so it might be like a lighter colored beige or white colored dog. Actually, it's two-tone. I'm sorry, it's two-tone. It's got white, but then the white's primary, and then there's another color to the dog as well. Okay, I'm thinking it's a dog. I'm trying to scroll on my phone on my computer here. Let me go over here really quickly, and then. Retro Retro Valles. I'm not sure what to do about my relationship with so and so of 5 years. I need a little guidance. Should I stay or go? Do you see me with him or someone else in the future? Thank you. Yeah, so I can't tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do because you have to deal with the consequences of any actions you take, and I'm not going to take responsibility for that. But I will tell you what I see happening. I don't think you're going to stick it out with this person. I actually think that you may stick it out for another couple years before you call it quits. But I feel like there's going to be a repeating issue around trust that you're going to have to it's almost like you might have to accept that that's just going to be the ongoing issue because I feel like that's going to keep coming up. But I do believe that this individual may not be 100% like okay in their head and they may struggle sometimes. And I think that's just going to make it harder and harder and harder. So I think that in a couple of years, y'all may just end up calling it quits. Okay. I'm gonna go back because I need to, there's someone that I saw I'm gonna bring on really quickly before I get off because I don't want to do it and then be our home. Let's go here. I wasn't gonna do another video, but I saw this one. I'm like, I got to. Come on, be our home improvement. It's not connecting. Okay, let me try. BR, I'm going to try you again, okay? I'm going to see if I can try you again. Okay, it's not, there's nothing there. Okay. BR home, here's what I will say, because I keep seeing, I don't know if I'm seeing like it feels like a superhero, but it almost might be like Iron Man. So there might be like one of those movies because it feels like it's one of those movies. I'm seeing like a, I don't know if it's a costume or if it's a shirt, but she's acknowledging, your mom is acknowledging something like this. So there's a reference there. So I don't know if he got into a costume or he has something that she got him, but there's a reference there. I also see, thank you, the number 7. So the 7th of a month might be significant, or the month of July might be significant. I also keep seeing, thank you, I am seeing a necklace as well. So there's a necklace of significance. I also keep seeing, there's a picture of both of them that might have a cap or a hat on. One of them, I think it might be your son, he might have his cap or a hat on in one of the pictures, but she's acknowledging one of the pictures that is like one of her favorites. So she's acknowledging something like that as well. She also keeps talking about learning how to swim or needing to learn how to swim. So there might be a reference to this happening right now, or her seeing or observing what's happening, okay? So just FYI with that, all right? All right, guys, I think I'm done for today. I'm going to jump off of here, and then I'm going to jump back on because we're going to start our memorial hour. So I will be back in just a few moments.